All right, spectrum training. What is it? So, spectrum training is an approach to training that will ensure that you're moving forward at all times. It's a common thing that I see when teaching that someone will approach a problem from the same angle every time and just keep training that. And the issue with that is that if you don't shift your perspective and you don't try different avenues, then you keep getting the same result. And if you can improve on a given result only so much. If you shift your perspective and you come at it from a different angle, then it completely changes the way your relationship with the problem, right? And so when we think about spectrum training, we want to create a spectrum or a set of opportunities to receive more information from the same goal. So you can imagine if you've got a goal that you're pursuing, and you're starting from here and you're shooting at this goal, right? Now, it might be that whenever you try initially, your first attempt goes like here, right? And so here, you've missed the goal. You might still make the goal work, right? But you didn't hit the bullseye. If you imagine this being more like a target, right? You didn't quite hit the bullseye. And so while you still were able to make the technique work, maybe use more strength and speed than was necessary to accomplish the goal. And so if you keep training because you had some success, if you keep training at that angle the whole time, then you never improve, right? The efficiency of your movement and the quality. And so if rather each time you train the technique, you adjust the inputs. So maybe one time you're trying at this angle, and another time you're trying at this angle, another time you're trying at this angle. See, you start to get a range of feedback, and then as you train it with a slightly different angle each time, you start getting a sense of there's an you're like A and B testing, right? So it's like you go one direction and then B is a slightly different direction. And if you're paying attention, you're sensitive, you'll get a sense of it was a little easier when I did A versus B, right? And then you shift everything over in that regard. And then you do that over and over again, and what we're doing is we're cutting off the fat, right? And so you're getting to just the meat, just the core, the essence of that technique. And you can do that with each part of the body, right? With each with each limb, and to make sure that's going to help hone in on making sure that everything's purpose-driven and tailored to the end result that you're seeking to pursue. Approaching a problem not just from one perspective, but always shifting the perspective. And this idea of shifting perspective, if you think about an arm bar is it has a feeling and of doing it from one side. So let's say you're in Mount Top and you're going to go for the arm bar. To do the arm bar from Mount Top is a totally different experience and perspective than doing the arm bar from having the arm bar done to you from Mount Bottom, right? But if you only understand the arm bar from Mount Top and executing the arm bar from Mount Top, then you've only got 50% of the picture. I mean, not even that even. You've got a small percentage of the picture of what it means to do arm bar. A whole lot of the information is at least, double the information is on the other side, right? Not double, but half. So half the information on top, half is on bottom, right? And that doesn't exhaust it. So there's more than that. But you get the idea. The idea is that if I'm on top and I execute the armbar, that's a given perspective of how to do the armbar, what that feels like, everything needs to be done and needs to be accomplished. But then from the bottom to try and execute or to have the armbar done to me, that's a whole other set of feelings and energies and sensations that need to be taken into account to make your armbar better and to make your defenses better, right? It goes back to going back and forth between offense and defense. To understand how to defend an attack makes your attacks better, and then understanding how to attack better makes your defenses better. And so this back and forth creates kind of a spectrum that gives you different vantage points to view the same problem from. And without those altering perspectives, most growth that happens comes from a shift in perspective. Might even be all growth. I'm not sure about that, but you need to shift your perspective to be able to see things from a new angle and to be able to take more into consideration. You could think of this as well. Whenever we converge on a truth, right, we use the common testimony of our senses. And so those different testimonies are different perspectives. To ask what a smell looks like doesn't make sense, or what you're looking at sounds like doesn't quite make sense. They're different. They're qualitatively different perceptions. If you can view the thing that you're looking at from those different perspectives, and they snap and they align, they give you a common testimony, then you can be more sure that what you're looking at is real. This way of of spectrum training and shifting your perspective is a way of doing that. I'm not only talking about shifting angle, right, but also switching out the lens that you're looking at it through. Are you looking at it from the offense or from the defensive side? Are you looking at it from a principal perspective? How does it relate to other goals? Or other objectives you might have? How does this technique relate to the potentials of other techniques that relate to it? And so when you start taking these different things into account, the amount of information that you can get while looking at a single technique is so vast and broad. And it'll help you dive deeper into the techniques and ask the right kind of questions that will make your technique sharper and more precise over time. You want to create an A and B, testing to be able to get closer to that bullseye each time. And each time you do that, you'll have to shift your perspective a little bit to do so. So constantly be looking for ways that you can shift your perspective by creating a little bit of a spectrum, and it'll help your training. If you like this content and you want to see more, please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and we'll see you on the mat.